I am going to use the same brush for the t-shirt, the sleeve. I'm going to just draw over this part here, and then another line running down on the other side. And these two lines I can make also thicker, like that. Again, let's see without the sketch. I can adjust this one a bit, follow that shape better. Yeah, it's looking good. Again, let's take a look at the sketch. Okay, so I'm going to use the brush tool, come back here. We need one more line there and another line here. That looks quite good. Now let me just draw a little detail for the elbow. I think we can have just a little detail there. And then we can use the same brush over the trainers as well. So let's just use the brush. And I'm actually going to draw a few lines here. Maybe go this way. So this works quite nicely for the stitching details as well. Maybe we can have another line running down there. Again, one more line here. Another line running down there. And I feel like that's already good. Maybe we can also have one more line running across. Let's see. Yeah. Here. Maybe a bit further down like that. All right. And now it's time to add the details on the hair, again, which I had in my original sketch. So I'm going to zoom closer in this part here, and I'm going to use the same settings, and I'll start adding some brush strokes. So let's start with this one here. We'll turn it around a bit. So there we go. First line. We add another one here. Then let's do another one right here. We can then do another one here. And one thing that I normally do is I also like to vary the brushes a bit, so I'm not drawing them in the same direction. I start drawing another one from left to right instead of right to left. Again, I'm going to flip my camera back or view, so I can draw it in different direction once more. I'm going to draw and extend this line a bit more here, coming down, and then let's just keep drawing some more lines up here. One line, and then another one more in here. We can also have some lines outside of the hair running like there. Maybe some running this. Could also have one more here. Could also have one more here, just to break up a little bit the shape. So let's take a look at this without our sketch, and I feel like that looks quite nice. Maybe we can also have some smaller lines here, and maybe one more up here, like that. And I'm going to also use the same brush to add some reflection details on the glasses. So I'm actually going to draw around it first here. Another line there, maybe just on the top. And then just draw a zigzag like this. Maybe reduce the stroke size on this. Make it thinner. Another zigzag. And let's take a look at this from a distance. I feel like that added some nice little detail there. And I actually want to also have some additional lines drawn with the same color as the hair. So just to make it look like there's some additional hair detail. And now there is a useful setting. If you don't want to see your anchor points when you're drawing these very thin lines, you can actually go in the view menu and you can choose the hide edges option. So when you do that, you can draw without seeing the anchor points. So let me just undo this step and draw another hair detail. So as you can see, now I can draw without having any anchor points showing up. I will use the thicker line for this. So there is one hairline. Maybe we can have a few hairlines coming down here as well, around the ear. So there's one. Command click outside to deselect. There's another one. We can maybe have a few more coming down here as well. 1 and 2. And let's do the same thing here. 1 and 2. And I will maybe add a few more up here as well. So I am just using this very sparingly. I'm not trying to do too much detail with it. but it's a good way to make it a bit more dynamic, more interesting, just have a bit more fun with some of these details. So taking a look at this from a distance, I feel like it's coming nicely together. Maybe there's one last detail that I need here at the bottom. I wanted to have a line here running across at the bottom, but for this I'm actually going to use the line tool because I want this to be completely straight, and I even hold down the shift key to keep it horizontal, and once the line is there I will just choose the same brush, this custom brush that we've been using for our lines. But this time I'm going to increase the thickness up to 3 points and also change it from uniform to this option right here. So this is going to add that taper and keep it thicker on one end and thinner on the other side. So that works quite well. I will probably set this to this darker color, align it here, something like that. That looks good. Let's go back a bit. That's just a very subtle little detail there, but I think that works. So seeing without the lines and with the lines, this is what we achieved. As you can see, it adds quite a lot of interest and makes the illustration more fun. And now it's time to add some shading.